Have you ever watched an anime and the ending really didn't satisfy you?
Isn't working. Someone get this guy out.
Oh, man, you ruined that bike. No, Chris, please. I'm a warrior.
And it leaves you feeling like this?
Well, that ending was shit.
Then I've got a solution for you. Read the fucking manga! 9 times out of 10, the manga or light novel will go into a lot more detail than any anime adaptation will. But this isn't down to laziness or ignorance. It's because they need to fit a lot of content into just 12 episodes. And to be honest, it's pretty much impossible. Let's take Berserk for example. There's about 40 volumes in the manga. Trying fitting that into let's say a 12 episode anime, it's just not doable. Though this is the case, some actually do pretty well. Others, not so much. I can make a kill. Or some just follow the first couple books, then completely change the story. Dude, that is not what happened in the manga. What is this? It's so shit. But the question was, is manga better than anime? And the answer to that question is no or yes. Basically, we will have different preferences. So some people will prefer the anime because it's easier to visualize the story, if you get what I'm saying, and easier to follow. Some people will prefer the manga because they like the gorgeous black and white artwork. And the supreme overlords will prefer the light novel because they like to boast that they know what's coming and like to shit on people's theories on what's going to happen next. But in terms of story and development, the manga / light novel will win hands down. But not always. There are some cases where the anime surpasses the manga, but this happens very rarely. So let's look at the pros and cons. We're going to start with anime first. My first pro is voice acting. Putting a voice to a character is pretty satisfying when the lines are read with emotion instead of reading them in your head. My next pro is music. The openings, endings and soundtracks definitely bring a series to life if done well. Animated fight scenes. That action scene that was a couple pages, now it's animated with advanced details and colouring. I'm pretty sure I know which one I'd pick. Even though I've already mentioned it in the last one technically. Colour brings various characters and such to life, unless the source comes with a colour page. Tend to guess hair colours and details. Original anime tends to be pretty high profile when done well. Original anime series are designed for the medium with all the advantages in mind, aren't weighed down by the conversion needed for adaptations. This allows for full development of popular series like Code Geass and Psycho Pass. There are plenty more examples and many of them are highly regarded. My last and final pro for anime is able to do multiple chapters in a single episode. A month's worth of content goes into one episode when it comes to manga. Now let's look at the cons. Time consuming. While multiple chapters are squeezed into a single episode, reading may usually still be faster. My next con is adaptations lose details and story elements. You know all that foreshadowing or well-connected detail that really tied the manga / light novel with a bow? Oh, they are probably gone. Studios have come up with the most critical of what needs to be conveyed in their adaptations as to sell the overall story and series. My next one is bad adaptations tend not to do so well. There is a very special line when it comes to how successful anime is. If the adaptation fails to either sell itself or the source material, there won't be additional seasons, and the fans of the source material will recommend against these adaptations. So let's move on to manga. So we're going to start with the pros once again. Many details. Most manga are original stories with plenty of details and development by the authors, visually formatted with full stories. The visuals of anime and the details of light novels, manga contains very good compromises of the two other mediums. Time efficient. Manga is the most easily digestible of the mediums and reading can be quick. There is no forced pacing. You can zip through a chapter in a couple of minutes or admire each panel and all the details. So let's move on to the cons. Black and white medium. Colour is expensive and time consuming, and also if colour is used, it will take a long time to produce. Voices don't exist. Unless an anime adaptation, you tend just to lump voices as words. It is kind of weird how it works, but voices just seriously don't exist without actually thinking about it. Pacing relies heavily on the author, and a story that can take a reasonable amount of time can still feel extremely slow. The pacing is around to a single scene a week or a full episode a month. Here are some of the pros for light novels. My first one is heavily detailed. Plenty of detail in each story are presented that help immerse the reader in the worlds they are reading about. My second one is description heavy. There is a lot of description to help identify how things look, and those with a good imagination easily construct the scenes with glorious execution in their head. Some illustrations. There are a number of illustrations that really help things as well. They usually have a lot of detail when the project is serious with a good artist. Now let's move on to the cons. Just like anime, it's very time consuming. It feels more time consuming to read a light novel than it does to watch an anime. The immersion is worth it. Slow releases. There are usually maybe 2 volumes released a year, and some authors also haven't released any volumes in years. Very small translation community. If you thought dropped manga projects were bad, the majority of light novels aren't even translated, and the majority of what is tends to be dropped. Very memory based. Some series have a massive cast of characters, and each character refers to another based on their relationship, family / given name, which could be extremely confusing sometimes. So what do I think? Well, I like them all. They all have their ups and downs. But if I had to pick one, I'd have to go with manga. Don't get me wrong, I love anime and I watch a lot of it, but manga to me just goes into a lot more detail in every aspect. And light novels, I can't speak Japanese, so I'm fucked there. And there's too many words, plus I don't have that sort of time to sit down and read a big fuck off book. But for the people that do, I salute you. So what do you guys think? Which do you prefer? Comment down below and let me know what you guys think. And remember to like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more content. Also follow my Insta too for updates and some other random stuff. It will be in the description anyways. But yeah guys, it's been your host. Peace.